holy things. And I want to talk about my mother in particular as a way of asking you to talk about your mother. Holy things. Holy things are things that remind us about what's important in life. For instance, I have here a copy of the Bible that belonged to my mother. It's an American Standard Version, which was produced in 1901. Sounds a lot like the King James. Modified a little bit. I've had this with me ever since my mother's been alive. And she died in 1968. She was only 54 years old. And she had heart disease and she had lung disease. And it was tragic in a lot of ways. Young compared with for today's standards. But this is one holy subject, one holy thing that I have is a memory of my mother. And when I look at this, I think not just of the Bible and how important the Bible is to me, but I think about my mom, how important she was for me. I have another holy object here too. This is a holy thing. My mom's butcher knife. Ever since 1968, I have kept this in my drawer and I have used it again and again and again and again. She was a good cook. She used this every day. It was especially sharp, and I've kept it sharp too. It's a holy thing for me. When I use this knife, I think about how my mother cooked. And I remember her. I have one more holy thing to show you. But as I do that, I want you to remember the holy things in your life that remind you of Mom. Isn't there a song about red roses? Oh, at least 100 of them, right? There's something about the red rose in particular which makes it holy. Not to say that other things are not holy, but the red rose in particular. For instance, if I would hold up a red rose to you, who could tell me what it means? Anybody?
Love.
Love. Red in particular, right? Tom, you were going to say the same thing.
Yes.
Lisa beat you to it.
Right.
What else does the red rose remind you of? What does it mean to you? Think for a moment. Who gave you your first red rose? A sweetheart. Was it a full dozen?
I plead the fifth.
It's been my tradition to give flowers to mothers on Mother's Day, and I'd like to do that at this time. Ruth Esther, you can go first. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Roses remind you of the garden.
Of a garden, yes. Very important.